What is going on, you guys? It's Rahul here, back again with another video, and here we are back here with the game picks. As you guys saw, we are already on to week 13. Man, yeah, I know it has been, the NFL season's gone by pretty fast, man, but with all that being said, please make sure to click the like button. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new and you're a fan of the NFL or the NBA, I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and it would be greatly appreciated if we could reach that goal. I will react to my first 2 videos when we reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys are interested in that, please make sure to subscribe. There are videos like this already on the channel, and there will be more in the future. So if you guys like the videos already on this channel, and there's more to come in the future, and if you guys aren't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe. Also, speaking of the 100 subscriber Q&A, I would like to get a few more questions so we can do that video. So if you guys have any questions and you guys are watching this video, please make sure to drop your questions in the comment section below. I really want to provide you guys with that video, and I'm dying to just do that video. So if you guys really want to see that video, drop your questions in the comment section below. But with all that being said, let's get these game picks started, you guys. And our first game, the Falcons and the Saints. Yeah, the Falcons and the Saints. I don't know why I paused there, but the Saints, I can't remember if who they beat last week. I mean, I'm gonna pull it up right here. But yeah, the Saints have looked very good. There was a point in this year when they looked like very, how do I put it, very sus, and people were contemplating, could they miss the playoffs? Could they lose in the wild card round? But they came back and they beat the Denver Broncos. I mean, 31-3. Now, I know the Broncos had to bring in a guy who didn't even get reps in practice at quarterback, but hey, a win is a win, okay? And the Falcons last week, the Falcons made the Raiders look like the Jets. I'm gonna be real here. The Falcons just made the Raiders look like the Jets this year, okay? But yeah, the Falcons have looked way better than they did before. And Raheem Morris has done a good job. And I'm gonna have the Falcons winning this game, 27-24. And I know you guys don't click off the video, please. Please don't hear me out here and don't dislike it yet. But I think the Falcons will win this game, mainly because upsets. The thing about football is that upsets happen every year. You're gonna see it every year with good teams losing to bad teams, and the Falcons, they beat the Saints typically when they're at home. I mean, it's just a trend. Plus, I just think upsets happen, and I think this is the time when the upset happens. But aside from that, that's kind of all I have to say for the Saints and Falcons game. Next up, we got the Jaguars and the Vikings, and well, Jacksonville lost, but they did push Cleveland to the limit, and Minnesota squeaked out a win against the Panthers. Now, I'm going to have the Vikings winning this one because they're just the better team. Let's be real here, and the Vikings have looked way better than they did before. I mean, before they were looking absolutely horrendous, and they were looking like a bottom 5 team in the NFL. But now they've looked like a very above average team, I would say. You know, not a bad team at all, and they've just looked a lot better. How else do I put it? Now, Jacksonville, I do think they will lose this game, but I do think this will be a close game because the thing about the Jaguars is that even though they've won a single game this year, aside from a few games, they are good at pushing other teams to their limits. That is one thing I gotta praise Jacksonville for. But aside from that, I'm gonna have the Vikings winning 27-33. Next up, we got Detroit. No, not Detroit and Chicago. Actually, let's just do Detroit and Chicago since I mentioned them. But yeah, Detroit and Chicago. Now, okay. Yeah, Detroit and Chicago, man. Sorry about that, but Chicago, that game against Green Bay was ugly. That game was unbearable. Okay, no pun intended. Okay, that game was absolutely hard to watch. I could hardly watch that, man. That game was an absolute disaster for Chicago, and the Bears have just been looking really bad these last 6 weeks, you know. They started out 5-0, the quarterback play was fine, the defense was looking good, but then the quarterback play went down, and with that, the Bears went down. But yeah, Detroit is just not a good team, and I think Chicago is still the better team, okay? So I'm going to have the Bears winning this one 21-17. And I will make this somewhat close because if the Bears quarterbacks keep on playing like that, they are not going to be great this year. Next up, we got the Browns and the Titans, and I mean, Tennessee was just playing absolutely terrific against Indianapolis, and Cleveland, they squeaked out a win against Jacksonville, but hey, the Browns are not a bad team at all. But I do think the Titans are the better team, and one thing with Cleveland is that even though they are 8-3, they are not as good as that 8-3 record makes them look like. So I'm gonna have the Titans winning this one, 31-24. Next up, we got the Bengals and the Dolphins, and the Bengals this year, I mean, the Bengals did push the Giants, down to the wire, but the Bengals are just not a good team, and I mean, with Joe Burrow out for the year, can you really expect them to do much? And the Dolphins have looked pretty fine. Now, I do know they did lose to the Broncos earlier, and I mean, hopefully that one video that I made about the Dolphins doesn't age poorly, because it's the pinned video on my channel, and it is my most popular video on my channel. But, going back to the game, I think the Dolphins are still a very fine team. Ryan Fitzpatrick is a very manageable quarterback, and he's still a very solid one. And because of that, I'm gonna have the Dolphins winning this one 16-23. Next up, we got Washington and Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh, we all know how good the Steelers have been this year. They're undefeated, and I mean, I did not think they'd be this good. I'm gonna be real here. I did not think the Steelers were gonna be this good, even if I thought they'd be better than I expected. I don't think many people expected them to be this good, but going back to it, I think the Steelers are going to win this one. I'm not going to spend too much time. I just think Washington is just a way worse team. And I'm going to have the Pittsburgh winning this one 14-38. Next up, we got the Colts and the Texans. And the Texans have looked a lot better than they did before. And the Colts were just playing very sorry football against the Titans. But I think the Colts will bounce back, I think this game, after that really bad loss, it'll put a fire in them to kind of just do better. However, I do think it'll be closer than I would have thought before, because the Texans have looked a lot better. I mean, they did beat my Patriots, and the Patriots are not a great team, but they've just looked a lot better, okay? And I'm going to still have the Colts winning this one, though, 24-17. That's kind of my general thoughts on the Texans and Colts game. Next up, we got the Raiders and the Jets, and the Raiders, they were playing some of the most sorry football I've ever seen. I'm just going to say that, but the Raiders, I think while this definitely drops them down, and they just looked absolutely horrendous last game, they're playing the Jets, okay? I know the Raiders played like the Jets last week, but I think I think they're going to play much better this game, and the Jets are just a horrible team, okay? So I'm going to have the Raiders winning this one 38-10. Next up, we got the Giants and the Seahawks, and I mean, New York has not looked nearly as bad as they once did at this point in the season. Funny enough, because of the division winner system, they're in the playoffs. But the Giants, let's be real here, the Giants are not a good team. Plus, Daniel Jones got injured, and the starting quarterback's the most important position in football. And I mean, Daniel Jones was not amazing to begin with, but when he's injured, I mean, Colt McCoy, I just don't think he's going to be able to do much. Now, the Seahawks defense, I'm going to give it to them. They have really improved, okay? They've looked a lot better than they did before. And the Giants defense, not only have the Giants looked a lot better as a team, but the Giants defense has also looked a lot better. But the Seahawks are just a far better team, and I'm going to have the Seattle Seahawks winning this one 38-13. Next up, we got Arizona and the Rams, and I mean, the Cardinals lost to the Patriots, my Patriots last week, so obviously, yeah, go Pats go. The Rams, they just did not look good against the 49ers. Now, I mean, I think this game's going to be pretty close, but I'm going to have the Cardinals winning this one, mainly because, I mean, it's kind of debatable on who's the better team. I mean, I'm not going to debate it right now, but I'm going to have the Cardinals winning 23-20. Next up, we got the Patriots and the Chargers, and my Patriots got a win against the Cardinals. Now, one big problem with my Patriots is that, well, they love to suck against the bad teams, okay? And the Chargers, they are not a good team. However, Anthony Lynn is just not a good coach. That man loves to blow leads like he's the Falcons. Well, like he was the previous Falcons, But, I mean, I think the Patriots will squeak out a win here. I'm going to have them winning 24-20. Next up, we got the Eagles and the Packers. I'm recording this a day after the Eagles game, and I'm going to be real here. The Eagles, they are not a good team. Carson Wentz has looked like absolute garbage. So yeah, I'm going to have them losing this one because the Packers are one of the best teams in the NFL, and they beat the Bears pretty badly. Now, I know the Bears are not a great team right now, but the Bears have a solid defense. I mean, I'm not going to go too much into the Bears-Packers game, but hey, I mean, I don't have to spend too much time. I'm going to have the Packers winning this one, 20-38. Next up, we got Kansas City and Denver, and the Broncos, I'm pretty sure they will have their quarterbacks. They're going to have their real quarterbacks back. So, yeah, I didn't mean to rhyme there, but I think they'll have them back. But the Chiefs are the superior team, okay? I don't know how else to put it. I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm going to have a final score of Broncos 19, Kansas City 36. And next up, we got the Cowboys and the Ravens. Now, funny enough, I'm not even recording this on... The Ravens game has not even happened yet. So, yeah, that's kind of funny, but... I mean, aside from that, the Cowboys, they don't expect them to do anything this year. I mean, nothing. Do not expect them to do anything this year, alright? But aside from that, I'm going to have the Cowboys losing this one 13-24, because even though Baltimore has not looked as good, nearly as good as they did last year, it's the Cowboys, okay? I mean, well, I just think the Ravens are the superior team to the Cowboys, and I just think that they're going to play better this game, alright? I'm going to have them winning 13-24. Next up, our final game of the week, the Bills and the 49ers. And the Bills, they got a nice win against the Rams, But, the Bills are just a superior team than the 49ers this year. Now, the 49ers have been decimated by injuries, and I'm sure if the injuries did not happen like that, if injuries did not kill them like that, then I do think they'd be in a much better place. But aside from that, I'm going to have the Bills winning this one 27-19. And that's going to be the end of today's video. If you guys enjoyed thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to like the video. It really does help out the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you guys are a fan of the NFL or the NBA. I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and it would be greatly appreciated if we could reach that goal. I will react to my first 2 videos when we reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys are interested in that, please make sure to click the subscribe button if you guys haven't already, and ask your questions for the 100 subscriber Q&A. I've been dying to provide that video for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below. But with all of that being said though, you guys, I'm out.